Hi guys, welcome back to the vlog. And if you're new here, welcome to Everyday Comfort. I have been on a journey. I've lost 32 pounds within the last year. I've done it by way of sourdough, hydroponics, growing my own vegetables and herbs, and also pantry staples. Just making base ingredients with clean items that I know what's being put in the food. That's helped along with some exercise and other things. But thank you for joining me on this journey and welcome. So today is day 4 of Vlogmas for us. And we've had, I think, some pretty good, tasty offerings so far. Today we're going to do a chocolate cake mix. And this is going to be a healthier option as well. You can make the mix up, put it in a nice little mason jar or whatever container you want to use, and then tie some ribbon around it and put a recipe. I am going to give you the ingredients list and how I put the mix together, but I'm also going to add how to make the cake from the mix provided. So at any time you can come back to this video and make the cake. So again, welcome, and I'm looking forward to it. But before we get into this, so this holiday I've really gotten into looking at like vintage type of things. So I bought this off of Etsy, and I will link the store that I got this from. This is a fairy light. Isn't that pretty? It's just like just crystal. You can already tell I've used it. Put your votive in there and it catches the light, and it's just such a nice warm glow. This year I did all clear ornaments on my tree. So it's just like amplifying the lights from the tree and just that soft glow. I don't know. It's a less is more kind of holiday this year. And then also from another vendor, because I got the box today, I got these little vintage silver glasses. Now I thought this was going to be bigger than what it was. This looks like a cordial type of thing, and of course I'll have to polish it. But isn't that gorgeous? And if you see, it looks like a wreath, like Christmas inscription on it. They actually gave me a thank you gift for buying from them. So I thought I'd wait. Oh, wait a minute. How cute is that? So I guess this is like a little wall hanging, and you can put something inside there. How cute. I don't know if this leather is strong enough. I might have to reinforce it with something, but maybe I can hang it up here or something and add to. I'll figure out a place to put it, but thank you for the gift. I'm going to link them down below. So back to the video, back to why you are here. But I would encourage you, if you haven't done that, to look into Etsy for vintage ornaments, all kinds of things. You know what I mean? Something that's already been pre-loved, if you will. Okay, so what we're going to start with in this recipe is 2 cups of whole wheat flour. Yes, I said we're using whole wheat flour as the flour for this cake mix. I have my fine mesh strainer here that I'm going to keep over this bowl so that everything we put in it will be sifted evenly, because for the cake you don't want the lumps, you know what I mean? So everything we put in it will make sure it's being sifted evenly, just to have a nice fine mix, just like how you would get in the store in a box. So let's start with our flour. Have I used whole wheat flour for a cake before? No, but I've used whole wheat flour in my other baking for breads and stuff like that. And this really hasn't been I can't really tell much of a difference. This is King Arthur whole wheat flour, in case you are wondering. King Arthur is just what I've been using for my sourdough journey, so that's just been the brand that I stuck to. And not for any particular reason. It does have good health properties on some of their stuff, but I'm sure you can find like a Walmart brand that might be comparable. I just haven't really done the research into that at the moment. So this is what I'm using. Again, your kitchen, your rules. Do what's best for you and your family. Okay, so the next thing we need is 3/4 of a cup of cocoa powder. There we go. And let me get a napkin because, of course, I took this out of the washing machine and thought all of them were dry. So I apologize for that. Okay, so we have our cocoa here. Whoa. All right. That cocoa smells so good. Okay. Then the next thing we need is 2 teaspoons of baking powder and 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. All right, now let's see how I can. This might be a little bit tricky. Let me see if I can pour it into here without making much of a mess. Okay. Not too bad. We got 1, and I need the half. All right. Okay, so now I need a teaspoon of salt, and we have our handy dandy sea salt here. Okay. And we need a teaspoon of espresso powder. This is also King Arthur that I'm using. And, if you haven't heard other people mention, espresso brings out the chocolate flavor and makes it a lot richer. Okay, so for what we have here, I'm just going to go ahead and give it a nice little tap to dust it out. I also have this. That may help too. Try to do this with I'm right-handed, so. How pretty is that? Okay. There are some lumps I'm seeing in this too. Now I'll be curious to know where that comes from. I'm going to bring it up so you guys can see it. I'm curious to know where that comes from. Maybe that's from just the cocoa itself. But now we have a nice silky, powdery mix. All right, so the last thing I need to do is add 2 cups of our sweetener. And if you watched the video 2 days ago when I made the hot cocoa mix, I used sucanat. And I'm going to use that again for this recipe. And how I did it last time was I put it in my Ninja and I blended it to make like a powdered sugar kind of consistency with it. And I'm going to do the same thing here. So I need to get 2 cups. There we go. Okay. Now, sucanat is like a little pellet form, and I'll show you what it looks like after we blend it. If you have a regular blender, you can use that. Food processor, you can use that as well. Okay, we're gonna be careful because it's very powdery. And you can see the different texture, besides the fact that it's a little lighter in color. Okay. I'm looking a little bit like, what's that off of Charlie Brown Pigpen? Got a little bit of dust going on around me. Okay, well, we have still a few granules from the cocoa powder. I'm going to slowly mix this together to get the mix well incorporated. Of course, you know, when you use whole wheat flour, there's like more protein, there's a fiber content. So, you know, having a cake that's not only tasting good, but good for you as much as it can be, it's not a bad deal. And giving it as a gift to your loved ones is an extension of love. You care about them, you know, and just think about it. When they use it for a celebration or whatever, they'll think of you and that thoughtful, loving gesture. Okay, so this is what we got, guys. And you can't tell me that mix doesn't look any different than what you get out of a box. A cake mix. There we go. So now what I'm going to do is get a mason jar to put this in. And fingers crossed we get all of this mix in that jar. All right, so let's see. I'm going to use my cup. This is a really nice mix. Okay. This mix can easily make a 2-layer 8 by 8 inch cake. I don't know. I'm sure it can do a bundt cake or whatever as well. Or your standard 9 by 13. I don't know, you guys. I think if I had maybe a wider mouth mason jar, so maybe get a wide mouth mason jar for this. I think because of, I think that's all I'm going to be able to fit in here. And that's coming right up to the rim. So I think I can still, let's try a pint. Because I think I can do like a pint. I actually have a wide mouth in the pints. And I do need to do a restock of my wide mouth jars. Okay. So I think I may be able to do it this way where I won't make too much of a mess. Okay. Maybe I can put this in a jam jar. But if this was a wide mouth, I think I'd be able to fit a little more. But there you go. There's our cake mix. I'm going to label them appropriately and vacuum seal. I'm going to transfer that to a different jar. But I'm going to vacuum seal them. And again, if you were giving it as a gift, you could even get those cute jars with the latch hook on the top. And let me see. Do I have a lid and a ring over here to use? Okay, here we go. And then again, you can put your ribbon around it and put the tag with the instructions on how to make the cake. What do you think about that? I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you will try it. If there are any other cake mixes you would like to see, yellow cake, spice cake, let me know down below. And we'll look in incorporating that in 2025. So thank you very much. I hope you have a wonderful holiday, and I will talk to you again soon. Take care, guys.